Months escaped her as her aunt devoured her sacred garden. She wondered how things changed so quickly. It wasn't that long ago when she felt the weight of her loneliness, like a physical burden pressing down on her shoulder. When she slid down the cold toilet floor, tearing away the tears that had been welling up inside her. The day her parents perished in a fatal car accident kept on replaying itself in her head. Lying to promises her relatives made, which were a mirror shimmering with hope, but vanishing at the moment of truth. Your Auntie Vanessa is your legal guardian. She's not around today, but she'll come stay with you, with the lives of her relatives. They spoke of solidarity, but instead left her to face darkness alone. Despite her tears, she knew she couldn't stay hidden away. She took a deep breath, wiped her face, and stepped out of the bathroom, ready to face the rest of her school day, even though she was as invisible as a forgotten memory to everyone. At every break, her mind consumed itself with the agony that had become her constant companion, the feeling of abandonment still lingering, like an open wound in her heart. When her test results returned, the words Amber, Wilson, and A stared back at her, a bittersweet reminder of her achievement. Her teacher's congratulatory smile faltered as Amber's tears began to fall, realizing she had no one to share her triumph with. Amber's vision blurred as tears flowed, her feet carrying her at an autopilot through the familiar woods. Her cottage loomed ahead, a symbol of her isolation. The trees seemed closing, their silence a reminder of her own emptiness. You're okay, you're safe, she whispered to herself, trying to calm the fear that lingered in her heart as she entered her solitary, which was only a one-bedroom house. As always, she woke up to silence, the only sound being the creaking of the old wooden floorboards beneath her feet, until something unusual happened. She heard a knock at the door, but she knew she was alone and no one ever visited, and so she remained frozen as if time itself had forgotten her. The knock echoed again, the persistence a gentle prod, and she felt an inexplicable pull to the door, as if fate itself was summoning her. In the doorway stood a woman whose face was a masterful blend of youthful vitality and mature sophistication. Her late 30s stood in her like a baseball gown. With a warm smile, she asked, "Would you be so kind to let me in?" With some hesitation, Amber stepped aside, letting the stranger into her house. Her gaze swept across the room, taking in every detail. "You're younger than I imagined, so how old are you? And how did you end up in this secluded cottage?" I had first asked around to know where you are. "Oh, excuse my manners. My name is Vanessa, and I'm your legal guardian." Amber felt like a small boat on a stormy sea, tossed about the waves of her own emotions. She looked at her aunt in disbelief. Her eyes brimmed with tears, which then spilled over, coursing down her face. "I can't believe this." With that, Amber ran to her small bedroom, unable to control her emotions. "Amber!" Vanessa's instincts kicked in, and she chased after Amber with a desperate urges, driven by a need to protect. "No, stay away from me. You wanna know how old I am? I'm 16, and I've been on my own for months, and yes, I'm in this cottage because my home got destroyed by the storm. I can't continue feeling myself like I've been doing for the past months. I don't need you, Vanessa." Amber screamed. Vanessa's arms enveloped her. Amber's fists clenched, but her defenses soon crumbled, and she dissolved into tears, her body trembling with emotions. Days passed by with Amber growing closer and fond of Vanessa, until they crossed a line they should never have crossed. The night they crossed the line was a night of awakening for Amber. A night when the unspoken words and hidden desires finally broke her surface. It was just like any other nights, though this one had a nightmare in it, which jolted Amber awake while screaming. Vanessa ran to her side, gathering her into a protective hug, holding her close as she whispered, "You're safe now. It was just a dream." Amber sobbed into Vanessa's embrace. In a trembling voice she said, "I felt so real. It was as though I was back in the other house, screaming alone in the corner as my house was getting ripped apart. I was so scared." She sobbed again while burying her head into Vanessa's chest. Amber's thoughts swirled in turmoil, yet beneath the surface, a quiet longing stirred. She felt an overwhelming urge to seek out her Annie's touch, and when Vanessa tried to break the embrace, Amber's arms encircled Vanessa's waist, clinging to her as if she were a lifeline. "Please don't go," she whispered, her words muffled against Vanessa's chest. As they embraced, Amber felt a shiver run down her spine. Her Annie's touch ignited a spark within her, leaving her yearning for a deeper connection. And so, with a gentle urgency, Amber reached for her auntie's hand, guiding it to the curve of her breast, sending tremors of desire through her entire being. Vanessa's body tensed, but Amber's whispered words dissolved her resistance. She surrendered to the moment, her fingers stroking Amber's breast with a soft, soothing rhythm. As the gossip escaped Amber's lips, Vanessa's reserve crumbled. All hesitation forgotten, she seized Amber's face, her lips claiming hers in a kiss that burned with intensity. Being the very first time to have another person's lips onto hers, Amber shuddered at the unfamiliar sensation that spread between her legs, and she squeezed them even tighter, while getting lost in passion with her aunt. Overwhelmed by the sensation building within her, Amber reached Vanessa's hand, guiding it to the source of her desire. Vanessa rubbed her niece's sacred garden in circles, delicately, as though afraid of hurting her. Amber's breathing grew ragged, her moans muffled as her body trembled with pleasure. As the moment intensified, Amber's breath caught in her throat. Soft, stifled cries filled the air, her body shuddering with the release. As the aftershocks of their intimacy faded, Vanessa's thoughts caught up with her actions. She felt the weight of her actions, the line she'd crossed, and the tears that followed were a mixture of guilt, shame, and something more.